morning,
Good morning.
everybody in here. Okay. So welcome everybody to our official first week of Director Bound. Woohoo! Oh, there's Miss Angie down in there. Hi, Miss Angie.
Hi.
So I'm super excited that y'all came back. You didn't get scared away after last week. So that's a great sign starting out. But we are going to go ahead and get started. We had fantastic results last week on our booking blitz that we did last Monday. Does anybody want to share real quick what, how many parties they got or some success that they had? We'll take like 2 minutes to share on that from the booking blitz. Anybody?
I have 4 total from it.
Come on, Amanda.
Well, during the blitz, like I ended up with 2, and then after the blitz, like within the next day and stuff, I ended up with 3 more. So I ended up with 5.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So I was happy.
That's great.
During the blitz, I got 4. So.
Yay, Carrie. Did you have any more from people that you didn't get a hold of that hour?
No, they said they would not at this time. So I'm still working.
Okay. That's great. Anybody else? Everybody's so quiet, but I saw lots of ships on that page. I think from what I counted as it was going on, we booked like 15 parties, something like that in that 1 hour. So that's kind of a good practice that I still do every once in a while. I make my own booking blitz and just say, okay, I'm going to have a power hour and I'm going to sit here for an hour and just, I literally turn off my notifications. So if you try to message me or anything, and all I am is working on filling my calendar, texting, messaging. Sometimes I call, but more texting and messaging, honestly. But I have called people before. And I go through and I think, okay, who's my list of people can I contact? For those of you, I know some of you on this call have been in the business for a while. The perfect way is to go back in the last year. Who were your April hosts last year? And boom, 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 boom. Who were any hosts that you had the first half of the year that haven't already rehosted with you? Boom, boom, boom. Who were the guests in those parties? Boom, 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 boom. So, for anybody that's ever expressed interest in a party, if you kind of go back into some of your past parties and look who's expressed interest in booking, or maybe they were a rock star guest or commenting a lot, those are definitely people to go back and just message and say, hey, there's something new going on. So make your own booking list. Definitely do that. Sometimes, even if you want, pick an accountability partner in this group and grab somebody and say, hey, Patty, for the next hour, you want to work on booking together and we'll just book parties. So I do that too. Is everybody tracking their contacts? That's super important. You're tracking this, right? I hope I see head nods. Yes, tracking? Yes, I hope so. I'm telling you from years of experience, tracking is so important. And it doesn't have to be fancy. It can literally just be their name on a notebook paper and write like text or Facebook or whatever, just like Lindsay has, whatever you have next to them, so you know that you contacted them and you can follow up, because the fortune is definitely in the follow-up. Vision boards. I wanted to share with you guys a vision board. So we did our big vision board in the group that you guys saw about all the boats, and you guys said you wanted your name on a boat, so we created one with the boats that are going to go red for director. But you also need to have your own personal vision board, something that you want in your business and in your life. So I made a vision board. And I do this every, sorry guys.
Watching that Zoom meeting for the Pampered Chef stuff.
So I create a vision board at the beginning of the year, every year, and I hang it in my office. And this tells what my goals are for the year. So For me, this is my family. My family is why I do this. This is my favorite verse. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Not Jeremiah 29:11, Philippians 4:13. And so it just kind of reminds me that I can do this. This year I'm going for level 2 elite of the cruise and excellence awards. The excellence awards are, I don't think we really talked about those last call, but excellence awards are something that anybody can earn regardless of your level in the company, whether you're a brand new consultant or you're a national exec. They have them for four different categories. There's sales, so $55,000 in sales in a calendar year. They have them for recruiting. I believe it's 15 recruits in that calendar year. Developing leaders, and it's on a point system. And then organizational sales. So my goal was to be a 3-category achiever. And that the end of the period, it actually doesn't go on the calendar year. It goes from June 1st to May 30th. So we are just wrapping up this last year of excellence awards and getting ready to jump right in. So this could be a goal for you guys for the next year as I'm wrapping up, finishing my earning them. And then I love our mission statement, enriching lives, one meal and one memory at a time, because that's something that I truly believe about this business. I think that all we do is enrich lives, whether it's with the business opportunity or having you bake muffins with your kids. That's enriching your life and making memories with them. And then I love to thrive. I want our family to thrive. That goes for a couple things: thriving financially, thriving as a family. And then financial freedom. We are currently finishing paying off some debt and we'll be debt free in the next couple months, which I'm super excited about. And my business allows me to do that. And then this is just our name, our family name, Owens, in Japanese, that my daughter did because she was born in Japan. And so that was special to me. But so your vision board could have whatever you want on it. If it's health goals on it and business goals, your family. Last year mine had, and then put what level you want. So I put executive level because I want to grow us to an executive team. And last year, this is the power of a vision board. Last year I created my vision board in January. And some of you know this story and some of you don't, but I had 2 parties on my January calendar a year ago. 2, that's it. Just 2. And I decided that I wanted to change my business. And Wendy was actually Wendy was one of those hosts that's on this call right now. She was one of those hosts. And from her party, I met Angie, and now Angie's an advanced director. But with those 2 parties, I ended up having a $6,000 month that month, and then grew my business to where I reached higher sales than I ever had in my entire career, and completely virtual, which was something that was newer to me. And my vision board had included earning the Disney trip and making senior director. And I had planned on using that for the whole year. And I reached almost every single goal by the summer. So that's the power of a vision board. When you see it, it just kind of like gets implanted in your brain that you are going to achieve it, and you will. But keep it somewhere where you see it. Don't just stick it in a closet somewhere where you see it once every once in a while. I have mine right by my desk hanging up. If you're in the kitchen more, put it on the refrigerator. Put it on your bathroom mirror. I have put things on my mirror before where I write like positive affirmations that I am leading an executive team. I am a top seller. I am a top recruiter. And it could be things that maybe you're not currently, but when you tell yourself you are, you actually train your brain to become those things. So vision board, have one ready, and then post it this week on the Director Bound page and share it with us. And then we're going to talk to we actually had a fantastic month, and I just got to recognize this real quick before we jump into our first person who's sharing. But this last month, we had an amazing month in our organization. So we promoted one fast track director, 2 re-promotion of a director, another director promotion, and 2 advanced director promotions. That is fantastic. That's called exponential growth, and I am so excited about that. So Miss Patty was one of those that re-promoted to an advance, and Angie promoted to an advance just 1 year later, literally to the year after her anniversary from being a fast track director. And then Crystal promoted to a director, and Joe re-promoted to a director, and Lynette Luce, also known as Kimberly, I have to train my brain for that. She has a different Facebook name. She promoted to a fast track director. She's not on the call with us today, but it just can happen that fast. So I would love to have Crystal, one of our new directors, talk to you about how it feels to be a new director and some of the things that she did after she decided this is something she wanted to go for.
Hey, thank you, Shaughnessy. I started with Paper Chef in August last year with a very similar promotion to this month's promotion. And I was able to earn back my kit. So I didn't pay anything for my kit, and I got the best one. So I got all those products for free, and I got to earn extra products and money. This is really nice. Hopefully my kids will great. Anyway, towards the end of March, the beginning of April, Lindsay, who's also a director on our call right now, reached out to a few of us and was kind of helping us get organized, and she gave me some words to pass or to make my own and share with people. I messaged about 150 people, I think. She started out, how about y'all, what is a good goal? And people were like saying 10, and I'm like, I'll do 5. I'm not messaging 10 people. Well, I started with 5, and then I'm like, you know what? It doesn't take me 5 minutes to message people and make it personal. So I would do 20, 30 messages at a time in one sitting, just start messaging people. And at that time, I got about 4 or 5 yeses at the beginning of April. So I just started booking those people that said yes. It's not people that I'm super close with. It's people that I've only talked to a handful of times. And there are people on this call that are a result for those people that I barely talked to saying yes to have a party. And so Megan and Amanda Carlton. So there was a business owner here in town. Owns a very nice, her and her family own a very nice theater business here in town, and that was my biggest party that I had. And I had I've had it since I started in August. I got 2 recruits from that party and several bookings. So just from Lindsay reaching out to me, helping me kind of get my bearings and kind of give me a jump start, helped me accomplish where I'm at today. 1 month ago, I had no idea that I would be a director. I didn't, in fact, Shaughnessy had reached out to me and said, you know, you could probably do this. And I'm like, no, I don't think I can. She was like, really, you can. And then it just, everything just fell into place. And I was surprised it took very little effort on my end. So I'm really excited. I don't know what else to say, but I had to do the work. I had to put myself out there. I was very vulnerable. I don't like being told no, but it got to a point where I was just like, you know what? People are probably reading this and then they don't think another thing about it. So if they don't want to do it, they won't do it. And if they do, then, you know, I'm putting myself out there and potentially receiving that yes. And so, Lindsay, thank you for reaching out to me to help kind of jumpstart me and get me in that direction.
Thank you, Crystal. So as you heard her say, once she decided, it just went from there, and very, very quickly. Literally, these messages were going on, I think, even the first week of April, that she's like, I'm not sure if this is what I want. And she promoted like in the last week of April, not even April 30th, before the end of April. So that's how fast it can happen once you make that decision in your head. So thank you so much. Now I would love to kind of review what the requirements are and the promotion requirements and expectations. And Miss Patty is going to share with you guys what that's all about, just kind of as a reminder.
Okay, So this is it's very simple on paper. You are going to need 5 people other than yourself on the team. You need to have 5. Your sales count always towards your director goal of 5,000. So see, it's easy to remember. 5 people besides yourself, and then altogether you're going to sell 5,000. And that's a minimum. We always, we have to tell you about the minimums, but you don't want to shoot for that. All of those 5 people have to do at least, they have to be active, which is 150. Okay, so you need 5 people that do at least 150, and then you need to do 750, but I just say 2,000 in your head. Just go with that. But the legal thing is you have to do 750. So everybody's sales all tied together come up to 5,000 or more. And if you have 5 people that are active, well, then you are a director. Congratulations. See, it's just that simple on paper. It's just that simple. Just please remember that we don't work to minimums. You don't want to think, oh gosh, I just need 5 people to do, why don't you get 10 new people and think I need to sell 3,000 or 2,000, and they're all going to sell 1,000, and we are going to party when this month is over. It'll be easy. The benefits, we talked a little bit about that. The benefits of director are wide and varied. First of all, you want to, when you do become director, if it's in your first 90 days, you want to work towards the fast track deal. I was so impressed with Angie when I met her last year at conference, and I'm thinking, what? She did, good grief. It took me, 6 months to even consider going for that. So I'm always impressed with those girls who just jump out there and do it. But once you do become a director, you should go for all the marbles. Why just get it and then say, I'm a director? Keep going. They give you lots of incentive to keep going. And the fast track is certainly one. I don't know if y'all are motivated by money, but I am. It's a motivation. In fast track, there is money just laying on the table there for you to pick up. But once you do promote, there's some amazing rewards that you're going to lock into, and some benefits. So when all of those things happen in a month that you have, the first month is the only time you have to have 5 people active. After that, it's all the sales. And if 2 people are active, heaven forbid, then, and y'all sell 5,000, then you are a director. It's only that first promotion month that you have to have 5 people active. I've talked to a couple of people this week, and that was a little, they didn't realize that. They thought every month they had to have 5 people that were active. And so we want to clear that up. You do want to have 5 people that are active every month, but to meet your requirements, I know some of us are just afraid to fail, and some of y'all are thinking, well, what if I can't get my 5 people to be active? I don't want to get this and then turn around and lose it immediately. Just stop the stinking thinking and just realize that, the truth is you have to sell 5,000. You can do it all by yourself, and it's still going to count as director. Okay. It's just that first promotion that you have to have the 5. All right. But then you're going to get a 3% override on your personal sales. I'll never forget. Crystal asked me this past month, we were talking, and she said, well, why do I want to become a director? And I said, because you do. It's just hard to put into words. And even when I read this, I can read all this to you and I'm going, that's true. That's true. That's true. But it has nothing to do with the excitement of being a director. So these are just the facts, ma'am. You're going to get 3% override on your personal sales and your team's personal sales. Now, for me this particular month, that's a big, big deal. But sometimes it's nominal. You always, y'all write this down. You always get paid more by your own personal sales. That is always where the moneymaker is Just no question about it, okay? But you do get a 3% override. You're going to get 3% on your first generation's sales. You're going to get 50 Pampered Chef dollars for every qualified personal recruit. And if you think big deal, just go pay for catalogs one time. And then you'll realize what a big deal it is to be able to get all of that for free. Also, conferences coming up. You know, and yeah, it's going to be good. And you're going to want to sign up on the first day, by the way. But you can could use Pampered Chef. If I'm talking out of turn, you still can. All right. So if you've got Pampered Chef dollars for your, you can pay your money. If it's $59, if you're new, or $119, you can use Pampered Chef dollars for that. I'm a big fan of Pampered Chef dollars. And then a cash bonus for every active consultant on your personal team. So when you have those 5, you're going to get $10 for every active person. So that first month, there'll be $50 that you do. And sometimes people just spend that money. Some people take that money and save it for next year's conference. Some people turn it back into their team and they use that money for prizes and different things. It's your business to do how you want it to do. All right. And then we get some stuff. We always love the swag, and the swag's fun. To commemorate your promotion, you're going to get a sterling silver spoon. That's the little happy spoon as a necklace, and I was going to wear mine today, and I realized I have not unpacked my jewelry from my move. So, you know, we'll have to look at that another day.
I'll try to post. I don't know. You might can see.
Yeah,
mine.
there you are, Joe. Good job, Joe. Good
Yeah.
deal. I can always count on Joe to have done what I didn't get done. And then here's the biggie for me, guys, honestly. You get trip points. You get trip points for every month that you're paid as a director. You're going to get extra trips. Just like a bonus. Like if you get paid as a director, then you get your trip points, which is fabulous. And then you get 250 Pampered Chef dollars for your first time director promotion. So there we go again with those bucks. And then the reason that someone near and dear to my heart became a director is the director boxes. We talked about that. We cannot express how fun it is every time. Those girls have been in 9 years. Are y'all still excited when the director boxes come? Yeah. It's
like Christmas in my house. I get so excited. I call my husband if he's at work, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh, guess what?" It's that exciting.
Yeah, it is really and truly that exciting to get 2 boxes of all the brand new stuff and you got it for free, mind you. You got it for free. And if I was running Pampered Chef, I can just tell you right now, if I gave all those directors free stuff, I would not let them be in the free-for-all because I already gave them free stuff. But they do let us be in the free-for-all, and we actually can earn boxes twice, basically. Just like all of y'all can earn the free-for-all that's coming up, we can too as directors. They never leave you out. Once you become a director, you just get more and more and more and more and more, and stuff that's not even written down on this piece of paper. So that is all I'm supposed to say. But we're so glad that all of y'all are on this call. My sister's on this call. I'm so proud of her. She's just done great in her first couple of weeks of business. We're just really glad to have all of you, and we want this for you. We want you to realize the joys and the benefits of being a director. I don't know why anybody wouldn't want to be a director. We have lots of help. Please don't worry about what you don't know. There's a new program coming out. We're going to know everything in just a few days. We'll get to know it all. So just keep going, and we're really glad y'all are here.
Yeah. Thank you. So just like Patty said, why would you not want to be a director? The amount that Pampered Chef gives us is just incredible. Years and years later, I'm still blown away. So here are the expectations for Director Brown. So you guys can expect these weekly sessions every week through this month. So this is call 1, and we have 3 more calls, I believe, just like this. And we're going to do them same time, Saturday morning, 8 a.m. my time, whatever time it is at your house. And that's, we're going to give you skills to help you reach your goals of director. Weekly check-ins with your director. Whoever invited you to this program, they are going to be calling you or messaging you or contacting you once a week to do a weekly check-in, and to celebrate your wins and discuss solutions to any issues that you're having that might be holding you back from the success. An opportunity to network with others in this group. As a small group setting, you guys are all in this boat together, our whole cruise ship theme. We're literally all in this together. And just to learn the skills and the habits that you need to be successful in this business. And they really are, I can't emphasize, habits, making healthy habits. Just like, you know, exercising and eating is a healthy habit that you need to be healthy for your body. You definitely need healthy habits for your business to keep it strong and going. And any of us that have been on this business for any length of time, we can all tell you it literally is healthy habits that keep our businesses going strong. So here's what we're going to expect from you. You get what we give you, and we get some stuff back. So we want you to book a full party schedule. What does that look like? 4 virtual parties a week. Simple as that. 4 virtual parties a week. Every 4, add 1 more. That's how you're going to get the numbers that you need to get the recruits that you need to grow your team. It's just as simple. 4. And then be willing to share the business opportunity. If you keep your mouth closed, you cannot bless anybody with this opportunity of this business. Don't be scared. Let them choose and make the decision whether this is the right thing for them and their family. You never, ever know, ever. I was talking to a new consultant recently in our organization, and somebody found, she was looking online, there was somebody she didn't want to contact to do a party. She didn't think that they'd do a party and join the business. She saw on Facebook they did a party and joined the business, and it wasn't with her. So ask every single person, period, end of story. And ask them multiple times, because you never know. Things change in people's lives. It just does. Then be willing to participate, be on this call live if you can. It's really important to be on live. If not, watch it within 24 hours because we post the recording. Participate, commit to the 15-minute check-ins. Make sure that you are checking in and not with your director who invited you to this program. Get back with them. And then I always suggest getting an accountability partner. So an accountability partner is so helpful in this business. And there's a lot of people on this call that you guys are all, some of you are at kind of different levels in your business, but a lot of you are actually kind of right in the same boat again. And it really does help you when you have somebody to run things by. I have accountability partners. Some of them are not even in our organization. Some of them are people that I've met like at conference or different things, and I'm texting them and messaging them, and they're holding me accountable and I hold them accountable. And sometimes we all need our feet held to the fire. I'm the first one to admit that. Patty too. Yep. I just had a message with my upline today, holding my feet to the fire. So we just all have to be held accountable. So we're going to stretch ourselves for a second. So everybody get up where you're at. You're going to stretch super high. This feels so good actually right now, by the way. Stretch. So as we go through this program, we're going to have a small part of each session called the mindset moment. And your mind is powerful, and it impacts your results, however you think. And the first mindsets we're going to talk about is the stretching. So as you go through this journey, you're going to enjoy many successes. And of course, not everything goes exactly as planned. And that's totally normal. But we're going to ask you to stretch and believe that you can do it. So when you guys reach higher, when you stretch, And then some of you can stretch a little bit higher and a little bit higher. You're higher than you were when you started. So same thing. So when you stretch a couple times, it increases your flexibility, right? How many of you guys have taken a yoga class before? Anybody yoga or Pilates? And the first time you might be like, oh, but then if you keep taking it and you keep stretching, you realize your flexibility increases and you become more flexible. So that's the same thing with this business. The more you put yourself out there, the more you stretch, the more you grow. It's as simple as that. And you want to be a leader that others want to follow. And I honestly feel that our national executive, Stacey Itzel, has set the bar very high because she holds us accountable. She holds me accountable. But she is also an inspirational leader and one of the most genuine people I've ever met in my life. And I've been really good friends with her for almost a decade now. And I can tell you, what you see is what you get. And to me, she's super inspirational because not only did she start this business as a homeschool mom, which I could relate to, but with 4 kids at the time, she had 4 kids, but she didn't have a college degree. She was married at 18 with her husband, her high school sweetheart. And here she is now, and she just wanted to do a cooking show or 2 outside of the home once a week, and she never worked weekends. She actually refused to do parties on weekends. Guys, I don't know if you realize this, but she made over $300,000 last year. $330,000. When I started with her 9 years ago, whatever it is, I can't remember, she was an advanced director. And her paychecks, I thought, were really good at the time, and they were about $5,000 a month. So she went from making $60,000, and I was her second director. And now we have like hundreds of directors. But $300,000 plus. That's how high this business can go. And she's not even at the very, very top. There's earners that make way more than she does. And that's how fast it can happen, too. So I just want you to think about that and dream. Like, this can literally be as big or as much as you want it to be. So, I lost my place. Sorry, guys. Lost my place. Let's see. So, bookings. We're all on bookings. And now Miss Lindsay's going to talk to you about bookings.
Okay, so your party schedule is the place to start. It is the foundation on which your business stands. You can't do anything without parties. You just can't, okay? So Crystal totally set me up perfectly. Thanks, Crystal. Because booking a full calendar is your most important job. So if you sit down at your computer to work, your iPad, your phone, your first job every day is making contacts. You have to do it every single day. The formula to get the numbers that we're talking is 30 contacts a day until your calendar is booked. Okay, so Crystal, again, you set that up perfectly. 5 or 10 is gonna get you some bookings, but if your calendar isn't at 4 virtual parties a week, then 30 is where you need to start. And that is, it really literally, what, 10 minutes, Crystal, to get that many people? It seems like a lot. If you take this out of the equation and you stop overthinking about who to invite, you can do it in 5 to 10 minutes, okay? 30 people a day. You're gonna reach out through private messenger, text, calls, just like Shaughnessy said. Don't forget, not only do you have friends and family, but you have people that can help network for you, right? You have different connections, you have different groups you're involved in. So be sure to think about that and use your networking. All right, we're gonna talk about the difference between desperation and determination, okay? If you use somebody else's words, you're probably gonna be fine here. as long as it's one of your uplines and not just, please, I need a party, okay? But desperation is gonna be what you don't wanna be. It's gonna be that pushy, that salesy, they're gonna hear that you're scared, okay? It lacks confidence, it lacks trust, and it focuses on how it benefits you, not them. That's really the key right there. You're gonna use phrases like, if you help me, or can you help me out? So we don't want that. We want determination language. Sometimes it is, I need help. I need your help. Can you partner with me? I'm trying to reach a goal. That's okay. The word if, just try to take it off your language entirely when you're booking, okay? But determination is confident, sincerely curious, you care about the other person, and flexible. It demonstrates genuine excitement, authentic desire, language like, I thought of you because I'd love to help you. Wouldn't it be fun too? I'm gonna say those three things again, because when you run into people, you talk to people, you might not have time to copy and paste, right? I thought of you because I'd love to help you get, or wouldn't it be fun too? All right, determination language, I have to say this like 20 times, is all about your potential host. How can you serve them? How can you solve their problems in the kitchen? How can you add a little bit more fun to their day? So you're gonna make contacts, right? You're gonna start first by sharing why you thought of that contact. I thought of you because, right? Then the second thing is you're gonna talk about the 4 F's. Fun, friends, free. You wanna finalize. Fun is talking about the fun of the party. It's easy, right? You guys have fun with your parties. You know how much fun they are. You share the theme or a recipe that you know they'll love. Friends, mention how much fun everyone's gonna have together, especially right now. Don't we all need a little bit more connection and fun, right? Free, hopefully you understand the free. Share how much free product most of your hosts earn. I had 2 hosts earn over $500 worth of free products in April. They were blown away. They had their wish list fully made out before the party and had to add stuff 2 and 3 times because they had no clue they could get that much stuff for free. All right. Then the 4th F is finalize. You have to get a date for the party. Again, I told you if is not in your language. We're not gonna say if you want to, right? You're gonna get a date, all right? So the third thing you say is gonna be, I've got some words here and I'm just gonna share the words online with you, but it is important that the words sound like you. So if I shared something with you and you read it and it really hits you as I would never say that, you can message me, you can message Shaughnessy, any of your upline directors and say, what if I change it to this? If you're not 100% sure, you do want it to sound like you. You want them to know it's coming from you. There are a lot of different ways we can go about this. I'm gonna skip, because I've got words for new consultants, got words for if you're reaching out to somebody, like Shaughnessy said, from the beginning of the year or a year ago, and just somebody you know. But let me walk you through that one. I was thinking about you because I know you through blah, blah, blah. Or my favorite one is because you're posting pictures of food on Facebook right now. Obviously you like food, right? Would you be interested in earning some free and discounted products by hosting an online party? It's all super easy and convenient, and I do most of the work. Most, don't say all. You just invite your friends to an event, and etc. I have a few dates still available. Does this date or this date work for you? Or you can just say one date, right? Do give them dates. Then, and don't let them push you around, okay? It's your business. I know every single party that I do starts on Wednesday. Every single party that Shaughnessy does starts on a Friday. And there are exceptions to that I will personally make when it's in my hands, when I know, when it's my schedule's affecting it, not when theirs is, okay? It's your business. It is very important that it is based on what is best for you. I have a lot of scripts to read through, sorry. Okay, follow up. We talked about, Shaughnessy mentioned, have a system so that you know who you contacted so you can follow up. Once you've gotten their name and that you message them if there's a result, a lot of people say, I'll think about it, and they won't expect you to follow up, or they won't reply at all because we get busy. And I really want to stress that, because you think if you've gotten 20 people ignoring you that they don't care. I promise you, I have messages every day that I read, and then a kid pulls me aside to do something and I don't get back to it. It's not because I don't care. So if you're not following up with those people, you're losing out, because they might care. They may have been looking for their calendar. So follow up. Here's the important thing. Follow up within 24 hours, follow up within 48 hours, follow up within 72 hours. Keep following up once a week after that until you get a no. Now, I will say, after I get 2 messages to them and I don't get a response, I will ask for a no. And by saying, it's okay if you're not interested, please let me know. I'd rather have an answer. You can do that. Oh, you just muted yourself, Shaughnessy.
I do that too on my parties. When I do the host booking challenge, one of my final words is, after I check up, is something like, hey, I'm just circling back. I don't want to drop the ball in case you were interested in hosting. Please let me know either way if you want to go forward and host. I don't want to be a bug or a nag, laugh out loud. So I'm letting them know, like, hey, I'm not trying to nag you, and I'm making fun of it and telling them I don't want to drop the ball. Just let me know, like making it really easy and approachable.
Yeah, that's literally all I have, because I'm going to share those words with you. I'm going to post them in our Director Bound group, so that you're not writing furiously. Plus, they all kind of sound the same. They just change it up a little bit, which is what you're going to do when you message people.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Words matter, guys. And like Lindsay said, you can take the words that we share with you and personalize them to your voice. But I can tell you, when I found the words that I used to change my business and stuck with the schedule and was consistent on it, my bookings and my business went through the roof and changed. And it was literally in following up and the words I was using. And it wasn't any specific words. It was just making sure I hit all the points in the words I used and giving them the dates. And I love that point. Don't let them bully you in your business. If you do parties on a certain day, you stick with that certain day. And if you need to change it, you can. But don't let them say, well, I need to do this day or this day. Just say, nope, I start my parties on Friday. So
Honestly, will you put those words for your follow-up in there? I like that. That kind of sounds like something I would say. So let's.
Absolutely. Okay, so we have a rock star recruiter in our midst. We actually have a couple of them, but one of them is going to talk to you a little bit about recruiting. So Miss Newly Advanced Director, Angie Fulton.
I put my money where my mouth is.
Woo, I love it.
Cover up my teeth that I need to go to the dentist for, but we'll go with the money where the mouth is here. So one way to add people to your team is with an opportunity event. I know Shaughnessy does those regularly, and I do semi-regularly. And also Pampered Chef Home Office also has Meet Pampered Chef webinars each month as well. This past month was a really good one that I invited some people to. Both of these are great options to invite prospective new team members. So how can you do that? How can you share the Pampered Chef opportunity? Because it is one of the most important activities you'll focus on during your journey to directorship. Let's create a list of people to reach out to this week. So make your list. Let's brainstorm. Who do you know who needs extra income? Maybe teachers that are out of work for the next several months. People that may be hairdressers and things like that that's been out of work for a while as well. So who do you know that needs extra income? Needs more fun in their life? That's a big one. I mean, we all need more fun, right? Have a situation similar to your own. Someone that you would love to work with, and that's a big one. It is for me. I mean, it's much easier to work with someone that you love to work with. I mean, I've had a few that but most of the time it's all people that I love to work with, your friends. Past and upcoming hosts, those are great ones to invite, especially once they've been having their party and they see how much free stuff, and then you made this much money, really? I never thought that I could have a party over $1,000. Those are the ones that you really want to offer the opportunity to. Rockstar guests at a party, those that comment on every post, that love the products, those are the good ones to reach out to as well. So how could you invite someone to an opportunity event? There's a couple different people to think of, ways to think of. For those considering joining, the ones that say, oh, I'm thinking about it, you could say something like this. Hi, Marissa. I know you've been considering joining Pampered Chef. I'm having what's called a look and learn event on such and such date. I would love to send you an invitation. It's all online, so you can join from any device, and there is no obligation to join. It's a great way to learn more about Pampered Chef and ask any questions you might have. Can I send you an invitation? And they're most likely going to say yes. I mean, I don't think I've had anyone tell me no for an invitation. For a new consultant, so I don't know if Alicia's on the call or not, but this would be for you. Hey, Brittany, how are you? Did you see my exciting announcement on Facebook? I made a big decision to start my own Pampered Chef business, and I love it. I thought of you right away because blank. I know you love to cook or whatever. I was curious if you would be interested in earning extra money or adding a little more fun to your life. But then for someone you know, Wendy, like people that you work with, I'm so excited to share that I've been invited to a leadership development program with Pampered Chef. I was asked to think about the people who benefit from this business, and I thought of you right away because blank. Now, after you get a positive response, you'd say, I'd like to invite you to an event where you can learn more about the opportunity. In the meantime, please check out the opportunity on my website. I'd love to have you join me. So, and Shaughnessy touched on this earlier, be sure to track your
Contact.
And what they say. Do you want to check back with them later? Is it an absolute no? Make sure you track your contacts. That's all I have.
Thank you. And I will post it after we get off the call today, but the opportunity event, we have a Facebook group for our organization called Why Not Me, Why Not, I think it's Why Not Me, Why Not Now, Pampered Chef. I'll post the link to that group in here, and I'm running an opportunity event Sunday, which is, I guess, tomorrow, at 6 p.m. my time, so Pacific time, so whatever time that is for you, 9 for you Eastern ladies, and 8, I think, for Central. So I'll post the link to that, and that you can add people to that group. And there's a survey they fill out in the end, a Google survey, and it asks them who invited you to this group, so we know who invited them, and I do a drawing and all that good stuff. So yes. Okay, Miss Jo is going to talk about some things to do this week. Miss Director Jo.
Hey, good morning, everyone. Glad everybody is on here and joining in and seeing what we can do to move, all of us move up a level or two, right? So definitely one of the things that we want everyone to do, in addition to, or what we've already touched on, is coming to these weekly meetings. Shaughnessy has set them up for us to be here every Saturday morning, and they'll that is what we're asking, is to be present. You get the most out of it if you set it in your calendar and you make a point to be here. So that's crucial. Yes, you can rewatch this or replay it or whatever you call it. But one of the things that came to me when I started this business years ago, and it's years ago now, 3, and somebody once told me, you have to show up to go up. And if you're not willing to show up this morning and every Saturday morning for a month, then you're probably not going to go up. And that's truthful. I mean, just show up and you will go up. So when I heard that, of course, I was pretty good at showing up, but I made it a point to show up. And guess what? That next year I was up on stage for director because I put that into motion. And so that is very important. So show up for these meetings and get what you can out of them and apply them, and you will go up as well. Continue to make those 30 contacts a day. Get you a spiral notebook. If you know they're $1 at the dollar store, get you that, and make it a point to put a date on each page. That you're going to make those 30 contacts. It's not that big of a deal, and set aside. I carry a small one, not the big one anymore, because I like to carry everything in my purse and weigh it down and hurt my shoulders, what I like to do. But a really good friend of mine gave me this first part of the year, and it was cute. It says resting brunch face. Well, we know what that means, right? So it's fitting for me. It has a little chef hat, which is what I like to collect. And anyways, so all my stuff goes on there, from every party to every contact to every note. Write it down, because we're not supposed to remember everything. Invite people, just like Angie said, invite people to that opportunity event that Shaughnessy does for us, because it lays out everything. And all you newcomers that have joined and not done that opportunity, y'all need to see it, because it tells you everything that this business has to offer. Like some of y'all probably don't even know, you get discounts with, is it Apple, with Dell computers maybe, Sprint, your AT&T phone. There's so many incentives and perks of being in the business, and if you don't know it, it's on there. And so invite people to that, so that you don't feel like you have to tell them everything about the business. It's on there. And of course, you know, you can always do a 3-way call with your director and let us talk to them too. You know, we don't expect y'all to know everything. I don't know everything, so I always turn to my uplines, and it's always great to tell them, let me check on that, because they know we don't know everything. Don't feel like you need to know everything, right? We're all transparent here. And check in with your upline director and keep us posted. My team, I'm not speaking for any other team, but my teammates, they like contacting me. They message me when they have a win in their column. Like if they got a booking, or I had one that texted me, I think yesterday, and she's on here with 3 bookings. I mean, that's like, it just happened for her. oh my God. And so I was able to celebrate that with her. And so very proud of her for that. But all my team, for whatever it's worth, they check in with me. So y'all need to be checking in with your directors. We want to hear from y'all. If you're not doing that, we can give you some pointers, you know, for those no's that we get. And I think one thing I wanted to touch on, I don't know that this has anything to do with call to action, but it may seem like a lot of work to do 30 contacts per day, and typing all that up in a text message or a Facebook message or whatever. But let me tell you something. My upline, Shaughnessy, told us last year, she sat with Patty and I on here somehow. I don't remember if it was Zoom or whatever. But every phone has smart typing, y'all. Y'all look in your settings, pull up your smart typing. It's called predictive text. And you put it in there, and you're only going to hit one button to send out 30 times versus copying and pasting or typing or whatever. And so that is like a time saver, huge time saver. So I wanted to mention that. I don't know what else. What else you want me to, that good?
That's great. What she's talking about is called text replacements. I have an iPhone, if you go into your settings and you go into your keyboard, and then there's a spot that says text replacements, you can make shortcuts. So basically, like if you say something to your husband all the time, like on my way or something, you're picking up your kids, instead of texting on my way, you literally can set up any kind of shortcut like OMW. And so anytime you start to text OMW in your keyboard or type it in your keyboard, that phrase automatically pops up on my way. And you can just send it. So I do my customer care that way. I have a thank you. So if I type into my keyboard, and it's all on my phone. If I type in hashtag, I start them with a hashtag thank you. So it pops up. So anytime I get an order from a virtual party, I do that because we have their phone number, right, from their order. So I pull up the order on my email, and then I hold my button down to text them from the phone number on the email. And then I type hashtag thank you, and it pops up, and I have a script already done. Thank you. So, hey, it's Shaughnessy, your Pampered Chef lady from blank's party, because blank is the host. And then I just go in and I backspace and I put Wendy's party or whoever it is. And then I just want to say thank you for your order. And then I also customize it while I'm typing it right then to something like, I look at their order, if they got a food chopper or something, or a piece of stoneware. Hey, is this your first piece of stoneware? I saw you got the pizza stone. Amazing. And I always end it with a question so that I try to get a response back. And I can tell you that this is just another tip, but I get so much more feedback when I text somebody than I do in Messenger. I don't know why, because I can send them a thank you on Messenger, and of course I tag them in the party, but I get a lot of responses back. And I just try to start a conversation so that I can eventually ask for bookings, honestly. So yeah, text replacements. And I've even done where I have all my host coaching in a text replacement to where I can do hashtag pre-party day one, and it all pops up, and I send that to my host before I even get out of bed in the morning. So
I put an asterisk before mine, because if you don't use anything like a symbol or something, then if you're just texting someone and you say thank you, it's going to pop up whatever you did on that predictive text, and it'll start saying thank you for ordering from such and such. So always have like a symbol that it's only for for Pampered Chef.
Oh, there you go. You got some tasty techie tidbits in this call
Yeah.
too. So that's kind of what we're going to do today. So I'd love for you guys, remember to post your vision boards this week. Create your vision board, and it doesn't have to be like, this is just easy for me to cut and paste, but it could be a digital one. You could do it digitally on Canva or PicCollage or something and post a screenshot of it. or print it from there, however you want to do it. I personally am like the kindergarten collage kind of thing, but whatever it is, take a picture of it and share it in the group and explain why that's important to you. And then booking training. So remember, the opportunity event is tomorrow night. Invite people. I'm going to post that in the group right after this. And make sure that you are tracking your contacts. I know we've all said that like 50 times in this call, but that's how important it is to track your contacts. From somebody who's been in business for almost a decade, I have lost so much business at times in my life when I did not track my contacts and do my follow-up. Period. End of story. I cannot tell you how important that is. So track your contacts. And if they come back and they say, you know, oh, now's not a good time, I'd really like to do one, contact me in a couple months. The first thing I do is I put that in my calendar, whether you're a hard planner girl or I do Google Calendar, I put it in my calendar. August 1st, contact Susie Q for a party, and that's it. Go ahead, Patty.
I just want to remind everybody too, when you do that booking training this week, when you look at that, write down 3 takeaways that you got from that, that you know, that will help you with your booking. Also, when your director calls you, some of us are chatty and some of y'all are chatty. And when 2 chatties get together, sometimes we forget to talk about what the call was about. So when you have that scheduled call with your director, make sure that you're ready to talk about your contacts, your bookings that you've done, any recruit leads. Be ready to talk about the stuff that this call's about for that. And then you can chat after or whatever. But because sometimes it's hard for me, I don't want people to go that I'm just calling them and going, all right, did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? If you're not ready for that call, it makes it more difficult to get into the subject.
And we're all in this together, guys. So sometimes we have great weeks and sometimes we have bad weeks. And you know, all of us leaders have the same thing. We have the same struggles that you guys do, but we just do those healthy habits, and that's how we've gotten to where we are, and you guys do it too. Any questions before we let you guys go today? Thank you so much. We went over 5 minutes, so I apologize for not respecting your time and going over a little bit this morning, but anybody have any questions before we go? No? Okay. So invite tomorrow night to the opportunity event, and I'll post that info, and we will see you guys here next Saturday, 8 a.m. my time, same bat place. And have a great week, guys.
Bye. Bye.